Welcome to the Geek Homeworld. I am your host, SavageTechman. We talk sci-fi, TV, movies, superheroes, and all from a geek perspective. You can find us on Blogger, Google+, Twitter, Facebook. We're everywhere. Join the Geek Homeworld. It's Ed again, and I am joined by Cheryl.
Hello.
Welcome again to another wonderful episode, and to 2016 of
Woohoo!
Geek Homeworld. We are looking at the top highlights of 2016, and we're going to start here with movies.
There's a lot coming out this year.
There is a lot, and we're coming off the big success of Star Wars The Force Awakens, breaking every kind of record, and it'll continue to break records into 2016. I'm sure. But some of the movies we're looking forward to, one of the ones I'm most excited about is Captain America Civil War. And Cap and Bucky, they side together, and it's a civil war. It's when friends turn into enemies, and nobody wants to see anybody fight, but Iron Man and his crew versus Cap and his crew. It's just not going to be good.
Well, I don't know. I guess I don't really understand who's on which side. And the trailer just has like a fleeting vision of two sides put together because they really focus on Bucky and Cap and Iron Man and Falcon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But everybody else is there too. I know Scarlet Witch is there, and of course her brother died. So
yeah. So.
Oh, and she's not Scarlet Witch. Right?
Well, she kind of is. Unless she takes on a different name.
A Scarlet Witch by any other name is still a Scarlet Witch, right?
I suppose, yeah.
I'm also really looking forward to, and I'm surprised because I wasn't, but to Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Yeah, before the Justice League is formed, we get to see Batman and Superman go at it. And basically, Batman's ticked because Superman destroyed Wayne Tower, and so he's mad about his real estate, but more than that.
Well, because I didn't like Man of Steel, and I wasn't excited about Ben Affleck as Batman, and I wasn't excited about Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, but somehow now with the latest trailer, I'm really like, okay, I think I see that movie.
And a lot of people complained about the latest trailer giving away Doomsday, who's going to be in the film, and but it's going to be more, trust me, more than just a fight with Doomsday.
Well, I have to say,
the
fear of spoilers, one of my friends who is a musician says, every opera I go to, I already know exactly what's going to happen. And for hundreds of years, we've been watching Shakespeare, and we know what happens there, too. So I think we can get over those spoilers a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, we'll try not to spoil things, but come on. There's going to be one of the bad guys, You just don't know which one yet.
Right. And the next movie we're obviously excited about is Rogue One, which is a Star Wars movie. A Star Wars story, I think, is the official title. But it's Rogue One. And it's going to be interesting. It's going to kind of tide us over until we get to episode 8 and find out.
Right, because it's not part of the main sequence. And they're going to be doing a few like that, right?
Right. There's going to be another one, possibly a young Han Solo movie coming after, between episode 8 and episode 9.
And didn't you just read that maybe Carl is going to be young Han Solo?
He's one of the contenders, from The Walking Dead for, I don't know if he's going to bring the hat, though, but he could play a young Han Solo.
Yeah, I assume you mean the hat from The Walking Dead, not the hat from Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah, very true, very true. Yes, that's what I was referring to. The next one is one of the most confusing ones, but Suicide Squad, which we get to see Jared Leto on his take as the Joker, and Will Smith is Deadshot, and it's basically a bunch of bad guys who the government gets together to fight for good, so you can never trust the Joker in anything, but it's going to be interesting to see how that works out.
Well, is it going to be dark or
it's going to be very dark.
Campy?
It's not going to be as campy as another one on here, Deadpool. which is going to be the first Marvel movie that's R-rated, and the second Red Band trailer just came out with all the F-bombs and everything else. So be wary if there's any people out there, if parents don't know, when they take their kids to a Marvel movie, this will be the first R-rated one.
Oh wow, yeah.
So but it looks hilarious. It's going to have a lot of humor.
Dark but hilarious, is that?
Deadpool will be dark but hilarious.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, 2015 was your year because Star Wars, and so I guess 2016 is my year because we get another Star Trek with Star Trek Beyond. But this is going to be the first one of the reboot that's not J.J. Abrams because Star Wars stole him away and he said, I can't do both these things at once.
Right.
So we've got Justin Lin of Fast and Furious, which...
So it's going to be Fast and, let's see, Star Trek,
I guess less
Fast
lens flare and more racing. I don't know. I mean...
in space.
A lot of people aren't excited about the first trailer.
The first trailer did not terribly impress me. There was a few funny moments like Bones and...
The Star Trekian stuff, but... I don't
know. I'm reserving...
I was so pleased with what J.J. Abrams did with the franchise.
Other than the lens flare.
Other than the lens flare, but we'll see, if this is going to be good or not.
And I just want to know, because from the trailer you see the Enterprise destroyed, and it's I'm wondering who is their insurance company, who insures the Federation, because they're probably broke and out of business.
Gecko from Geico, or Flo from Progressive.
I don't know. It's hard to say because either way, there's always a captain that destroys the Enterprise.
Well, and it's Kirk. I mean, Kirk destroys the Enterprise a lot, so.
Yeah, and talk about the future or the end of time. X-Men Apocalypse. We did an episode on this where I went crazy over the trailer, but there's a lot of things. Will Professor X be killed in this one? I doubt it, but we get to see a ball-headed Professor X, so he ages pretty quickly before he gets to Patrick Stewart age. And I wonder if this storyline is going to be as awesome as the storyline that spawned it from the X-Men comics of the 90s. I mean, I've been waiting since the 90s to see this on the big screen and never actually thought I would. When they did the first X-Men movie in 2000, I was like, wow, one day they'll do Apocalypse, but I never really thought they would.
You've been waiting for Apocalypse.
I've been waiting for the Apocalypse forever, and the Four Horsemen. So a lot of other people are waiting for different reasons, but another one that's very strange coming out it's called Doctor Strange, and it stars Benedict Cumberbatch as Khan.
Not Khan.
Oh,
He's
sorry.
not Khan.
He's not Khan.
Even in Star Trek, he's not Khan. He's just a bad guy. A very justified bad guy.
Yeah, if you follow the last J.J. Abrams movie.
But he's no Ricardo Montalban. Sorry. Benedict Cumberbatch is everywhere.
He is. There's like a Cumberbatch of him everywhere, and they just pop up out of the ground.
Oh gosh, that's so funny. I may not stop laughing for a month.
Let me know when you start. But he stars as Dr. Stephen Strange, a man who kind of delves into the mystical arts of like magic and the supernatural. He has like an accident, and somehow he's able to have abilities in that realm. And it's kind of a risk for Marvel. I think it's one of their biggest gambles because Doctor Strange is, even though he's been around forever, since the beginning of pretty much the X-Men comics, he has a very small cult following, and this will be the first major film. Well, this will be the first film ever with Doctor Strange in it.
Maybe Marvel's starting to stretch a little too far.
Well, I don't know. They look at Guardians of the Galaxy. They took an obscure title there, threw in a bunch of humor, and totally took it.
And now they're getting ready for Guardians 2. So
they're just pretty ballsy at Marvel. They're trying to expand their universe, and I'm all for it. And I think this is going to be a good movie.
Well, and
especially with Cumberbatch.
Another big risk, I think, is going to be Independence Day resurgence.
Could be one of the biggest risks.
It's a long time to go between films, and to not have Will Smith, who, is the star.
The rumor was that he wanted Jaden
Right.
to be in
not only that he wanted a
lead.
huge salary, but he wanted his son Jaden in the film, and I don't know if that's true. I kind of feel like you should have paid him whatever he wanted to, and add Jaden. I mean, I don't know, because they did the sequels to Jurassic Park, and they kept some of the characters, but they lost the major characters and they brought them.
Well, there's the Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. If you have a sequel with Jeff Goldblum, but you don't have the other people, Jeff Goldblum is just not enough to carry the film.
He's a little bit of an anchor, but I don't know. He's going to be back for this.
Very small anchor.
And yeah.
I mean, it looks exciting. The trailer looks good.
But the ships are even more unbelievable. But I guess you really have to go over the top. And it's called Independence Day Resurgence. And so a little bit of a spoiler. But if you've seen the movie, if you've seen the trailer, excuse me, Will Smith's character, they're celebrating the anniversary of his death. He was a test pilot and all for some of the new hybrid technology. They used some of the alien technology from the first Independence Day movie and kind of put it together to update, Earth's defenses. And it's going to be interesting to see the whole gang get together with these alien tech upgrades to defend Earth once more. Now, the next one that we're looking forward to is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. From J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. This has taken the franchise in a different direction, so it's going to be an interesting one. The following one I'm looking for is Warcraft. It's based upon the video game, and I think it's really a big risk at being a successful movie beyond the video game fan base. They'll come out initially, but will that movie have legs? And I remember playing some of the original Warcraft games, and they're, fun and all that, but how it translates on film with all the special effects, I'm not sure.
Well, and then the other thing that's come out was a huge hit as a novel. Everyone was reading Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which, of course, takes the story by Jane Austen and adds zombies to it, because why not?
Why not?
I mean, if Abraham Lincoln was a vampire killer, why not?
Yeah, so it's a modern undead take on the literary classic there.
Well, what's coming up on the small screen? We got some new stuff there that's exciting.
There's a couple new ones that we're looking at. There, of course, a lot of our favorites we're going to keep following and keep updating, and you'll see us hashtagging with them and watching them. But some of the new ones that stand out, Legends of Tomorrow are bringing heroes like the Atom together with villains like Captain Cold and more of the team, basically, that you've seen on Arrow and The Flash, and they're taken into the future to fight for the future of mankind.
They've really been doing well with those franchises. So.
They have, yeah. Arrow and The Flash.
What Marvel's really doing for movies, I guess they're
DC
doing for TV.
On TV, yeah.
We'll take the small screen.
The other big one is The X-Files, and this is my most anticipated show of 2016. Agents Smolder.
Smolder and Moldy.
Smolder and Moldy. Mulder and Scully, or Scully and Mulder, however you say it. I like the other way. They're going to make their really awesome return to this supernatural phenomenon of a show that intrigued this loyal fan base. And the first movie was awesome in theaters. The second one was terrible.
Yeah.
And this show coming back, kind of like Heroes Reborn, which is coming back.
But with
it's going to be good, I think.
With Heroes Reborn, there's a very short time span between them. It's kind of like how I feel about Independence Day. This is a huge gap. And we're sticking with the same characters, the same actors. So, in much the same way that people have been talking about, Princess Leia didn't age well, and, Han Solo's an old man, they're going to be old. Sorry.
They're going to be older. Yeah, I mean...
They're not going to be running as much, probably.
Yeah. But
so, I don't know.
I want to believe. So.
I want to believe too, because I love the X-Files.
X-Files. I did too.
I'm just a little bit nervous. I'm going to reserve my excitement until after I see it.
We got to have Force Awakens pre-excitement about the show, so we don't get. Hopefully,
keep it under control.
So we won't be disappointed.
Yeah, we can be pleasantly surprised.
Right. Now, looking at 2016, looking at tech, there's really a movement on computer technology and all to move towards cloud storage. And, you may not get a terabyte drive on your computer going in the future. You're going to eventually get less storage space, but everything is going to be cloud, synced to the cloud.
And I use cloud stuff a lot, but I guess I'm just old enough to be a little anxious about it.
Well, if the cloud goes down or something, the internet flutters.
If the aliens come and bounce signals off the satellites, we're all in trouble.
How are they going to defeat them in Independence Day Resurgence?
We won't know our calendars. We won't know anybody's phone numbers. We'll be, terribly lost.
Some other things, if you're a gamer, PlayStation's coming out with PlayStation VR, their virtual reality headset, which actually looks pretty cool for the PS4, and Oculus Rift is coming out, and they're both launching in 2016.
I'm going to wait on virtual reality till I get a holodeck.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just skip to
I want to go all the way.
Awesomeness.
Everybody else test it out, and when we get to holodeck, I'll check it out.
I don't think they're going to dominate 2016, but we'll see how it goes, Another thing that's going to continue to be big in 2016 and only get better is 3D printing, and it's going to get even more affordable.
Yeah,
where eventually,
in all different kinds of fields too. With different kinds of materials.
They're not growing, but they're making things that you could only conceive of. And when I first heard of 3D printing years ago, I was like, that just doesn't sound real.
But now it's getting a lot more. We're doing it at the university where I work. There's a whole program about it, and so it's really going to start to not be very much longer until everybody's got 3D printers in their houses probably. Yep. And to me, this seems like, and I haven't really read much about it, but like the pathway to replicators.
Wow. That would be awesome. Soon you'll have to probably register them with the government, but you'll be able to make and assemble your own drones this year, hopefully.
They still have a lot to work out in terms of airspace and all of that.
Social media and podcasting, you're going to see more video integration with all of that, including more instant video podcasts using services like Periscope and Blob, which has become very important. Mixler for chats, also very popular still. And podcasting is finally becoming a more respectable field, while also allowing a lot of people with even the basic equipment to become part of the field of broadcasting. And everybody who has a voice now has a way through the internet to get their voice heard. And
where blogs were 10 years ago probably is where podcasting is.
And there's still bloggers out there, and they're podcasters, and there's a good integration of all of that.
But it's all it challenges the traditional media even more than before. So we have a lot to get excited about for this coming year.
And there's so much more that coming, so we'll check back in here and see what came true and what didn't.
I predict hoverboards, real hoverboards.
Yes. We're not flying in the sky though, because we can't even drive on the ground. But we'll see.
It's time for a geekcation to your favorite geek destination.
It is official! Star Wars Weekends at Disney Hollywood Studios no longer exists. I went from happy to sad right there.
Yeah.
They have stopped this wonderful fan tradition to begin construction on a 14-acre Star Wars area of the park. So that's the exciting news. Yay. In the meantime, though, we'll still have the enhanced Star Wars attractions there at the park.
Yeah, so they're upgrading the things that they already have. So the Star Tours ride, which is incredibly popular, now features an adventure that's inspired by The Force Awakens. So for the first few months, to make sure all of the fans get to see it, it's going to be the only adventure available.
Right. And I can understand that.
Well, I'm not sure how I feel about that, because normally we see it, we ride that 2 or 3 times when we're there.
Easily, yes.
And it randomizes, so every time you get a different adventure. So, the next couple of months, it's only going to be the Force Awakens adventure. And then after that, it will go back to be randomized, and Force Awakens will be mixed in with the other existing ones from the other films.
Yeah, so we shall see how it all plays out. But
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine either way. If you go to Disney, you know that they have the Jedi Training Academy for the younglings. And this show has always drawn kids from among the visitors to the park to learn from a Jedi Master, and it's a lot of fun.
It's so cute.
It is. But then, of course, Darth Vader comes out, and you get to fight against Darth Vader, and for a youngling, for a kid, that's an awesome thing. So now, in addition to Vader, they will also get to fight the seventh sister, and she is a villain from Star Wars Rebels, the animated series.
And I'm sure that's going to be cool for kids because they probably watch Disney XD.
Yes.
And I know you watch that too, so not just kids watch it, but it is Disney. And of course, it wouldn't be a Disney experience without the themed gift shop. So the Star Wars launch bay is, expanding, of course. And they're going to have more opportunities for you to be able to interact with Darth Vader and Chewbacca.
But be careful, Chewbacca's a little pissed off because his buddy just got killed in the movie. So he's not happy. But if you go all the way to the West Coast out there in Anaheim, Disneyland's also making some major changes to get ready for Star Wars themed land there. And it's going to be at the back of the Frontierland where the Big Thunder Ranch area is currently at. And in addition to the Big Thunder Ranch barbecue, the Big Thunder Ranch jamboree and the Circle D Ranch, they'll all be dismantled. A moment of silence.
They've already moved the animals to some other site.
They're closing the Disney Railroad for a year of the construction. That's not great.
And they're draining the rivers of America. So all of the boat things, the
Tom Sawyer Island,
the river boat,
the Phantasmic show,
which is unbelievable. I mean, they're really investing in Star Wars to shut down Phantasmic.
Yeah, they're cutting the water off and the power.
I mean, Phantasmic is all over the place, and it's incredible. They can pack tens of thousands of people in there, so they're really investing in Star Wars by taking that offline for a year.
But if you're at the other parks, you'll still be able to see the Phantasmic show.
Right.
So, and it is been confirmed that the new area will include a Millennium Falcon ride and a Mos Eisley-esque cantina.
Yeah.
Super excited for that because I was going to say I want to see some Millennium Falcon in that.
Well, there's some renderings out there, so you can see what it's going to look like, too.
Yes.
Now, for our many listeners in France and throughout Europe, you'll be glad to know that similar Star Wars reimagining is planned for Disneyland Paris.
Yay.
I don't think at quite the same extent. In Tokyo, though, so far there's been no word on such an expansion at Tokyo Disney, but you all just got Star Tours, which has been at the other parks for 20 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you did get something you didn't have, but Star Wars is such a huge franchise in Japan. I think it's a little bit odd if they're not doing more there. So, Disney rarely misses the opportunity to co-market. So I'm going to be surprised if they don't announce pretty soon that they're going to do more than just the Star Tours.
Right now, as we're recording this, they haven't opened the Force Awakens movie yet in Japan.
Right. So maybe they're waiting to make some
markets.
Announcements when that comes there.
Yeah. And as a final note for all things Star Wars, be sure to check out the official website at the obvious URL, starwars.com. Where else would
Easy
it
to
be?
remember.
It has sections for everything that you might possibly want to need. Want to need, yeah. Or need to need. It's got behind the scenes, character stories. There's episode guides for the television shows. There's a collecting area as well as information about the films, the games, like Battlefront that's out, which is awesome, and apps. Plus, they have a calendar of upcoming events from around the world, including conventions and expositions that they've got.
Well, and speaking of that, Star Wars Celebration Europe 2016 is returning to London. It hasn't been there in 7 or 8 years. It's going to be July 15th through the 17th. not surprisingly, they've already had a really tremendous response. They don't have any
Tickets
more.
are $300 million a piece.
I don't think they're quite that many.
Plus tax.
Not quite that much. But there are no more 3-day passes, no more VIP passes available. The single-day tickets, they've added single-day tickets. Those are going to be available January 14th at StarWarsCelebration.com. But there's a high demand, so you need to get on there and get them if you're going to try to go.
So it really looks like the Star Wars acquisition by Disney is going to continue to make a lot of money for Disney and give a lot of fans a lot of ways to enjoy the franchise. So guess what? Everybody wins.
Well, except Han Solo.
Yeah, poor Han Solo. We love you, Han.
Breaking news.
All I want for Christmas is...
R2-D2 soup.
One of the cutest commercials has been this little boy and his mom in a store looking for
R2-D2 soup.
Star Wars
The
marketing.
mother's so confused.
I know. The marketing has been very prolific for the last many months, with product lines ranging from automobiles to makeup.
When choose the dark side or the light side.
I love that. I was like, wow, that is really, really marketing.
They even had some at the movie theater. So many of our friends and family decided that the easiest thing, I think, to buy Ed for Christmas was anything Star Wars.
Exactly.
We're going to share photos of these on the blog, so you can go to geekhomeworld.blogspot.com to see them. Some of them are really cool. Some of them are really odd.
Well, I got some of the standard things which are really cool. I got several Christmas ornaments.
Yeah, a lot of them.
I got a classic Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker T-shirt that was kind of maroon colored, where they're fighting, that famous scene from Empire. And then I got a Christmas T-shirt with Vader as Santa Claus with Imperial Walkers instead of reindeer,
which was awesome. And the person who gave it to you went looking for it. Yeah,
which I really appreciate that. And then some other friends got me a BB-8 shirt. And but I couldn't wear it because they were wearing BB-8 that day.
Can't have too many BB-8 shirts.
Yeah, we didn't want to clash. I got an R2-D2 thermos, which was awesome. Which I could take that to work.
And actually, I gave you that, and I gave it to all of our friends. Anything I bought Star Wars for our friends, I made sure I bought one for Ed too, because he would not let me. Well, except for a hat that I gave to one friend, and somehow I managed to pry it out of your hands to give it to him.
I know.
I want that hat.
I want that hat. I got a set of drinking glasses with Boba Fett,
you'll probably break
Darth Vader, and all those. I got some Darth Vader Q-tips.
Two different kinds of Darth Vader Q-tips.
I got a BB-8 play pack with a coloring book and crayons because, I need that.
Well, and don't forget, we both got Santa hats.
Oh, yeah,
mine's blue, yours is red, and they have different Star Wars characters.
Mine has Yoda, Chewbacca, and R2-D2, and you've got, looks like Imperial Walker, and you've got I don't know, Vader and something on there. We got a miniature figure case for Darth Vader.
Don't say we. These are your things.
Yeah, they're all mine.
I don't collect things.
I got a Pez dispenser that's Star Wars.
4 Pez. It's a whole set.
Yes, that's true.
Actually, it looks really cool, and it's in a Darth Vader case.
Yeah, so. I got some light up balloons, which I haven't tried yet.
It says they're perfect for parties.
Yeah, 2 bottles of bubbles, because one's a Stormtrooper and one's BB-8.
And every grown man needs to blow bubbles.
A bottle of drinking water with all the droids on it. A trivia box full of trivia questions, which we'll have to share later.
Yeah.
The funniest gift was undoubtedly an entire case of Darth Vader chicken noodle soup, because... No one makes you feel better when you're sick than Darth Vader.
Well, and actually that was my mom who found that. And she originally picked up R2-D2 soup and then found the Darth Vader and said, oh, no, Ed would much rather have Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I guess she just didn't want to get you both.
Yep. And I'm going to close with the absolute best gift that I got is a lightsaber umbrella.
Very cool.
Very cool and very almost too good to actually use in the rain. I almost don't want to use it. That's
I don't think
thing.
you should use it.
I think I might just keep it as memorabilia. But thank you, and I hope you all got the Star Wars Christmas you deserved.
Or whatever franchise you love, you got it.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Geek Homeworld podcast with your host, SavageTechman. You can find us on Libsyn, Google+, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, listen to us on iTunes, see us on YouTube, be part of our Mixler chats. Thank you. See you again on the Geek Homeworld podcast.
Geek Homeworld.